You're listening to the smartest guys in marketing, the best show on the planet for client businesses to learn about traffic, funnels, sales, conversions, and marketing coolness. Chris and Taylor are the founders of Traffic and Funnels, a digital marketing consultancy helping you get paid clients from cold traffic daily. Now, here are your hosts, Chris and Taylor.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the smartest guys in marketing. Here with your hosts, Chris Evans and Taylor Welch.
And two skills.
Oh, you just blew out your mic. Man, what is up, my brother from another mother? My sister from another mister?
Last night, I literally went to the pits of hell.
Taylor was on his deathbed last night.
I stole back the keys, and here I am, alive and well.
In the grave. I think that's what Jesus did, bro.
I'm pretty sure that my barista poisoned me yesterday.
Or your
Starbucks.
Like, or the insurance policy.
Or Lindsay. Yeah, yesterday I got an email for buy one, get one free for espresso, so I got two. And then
you were double fisting it.
And then I got sick or something happened.
Yeah, I was getting all these text messages and I was worried. I was about to call backup support.
Backup support. Whatever, man. What are we talking about today?
So in this episode, we just had our upper echelon mastermind meeting. So the upper echelon is our top clients who are either making seven figures in their business or they're well on their way to making seven figures in their business. So these are guys and gals that we work closely with, and we all flew to Austin to work solely on their businesses for 2 days. So it's a pretty intense time. We dive really deep into their businesses. We dive deep into what we're doing, what's not working for us, what has worked really well for us. And it's a crazy amount of time for them to get momentum. And it's really interesting. Every time we get together with these guys, right after the mastermind meeting, we just get messages from people. Just had a $20,000 day, just had a $30,000 day. Like, there's just so much momentum that's built from being in that environment with us and then the other folks in the mastermind. So what we wanted to do is just break down some of the takeaways for you guys, our loyal podcast listeners, the smartest guys fam. We just want to break down some of the stuff that we took away from this mastermind.
That was so good, bro. That was like the best lead up ever.
Dude, it's my keto prime.
You got some? Oh, yeah, there you go. So if you guys remember a past episode, we were talking about how that's not on Amazon, and Chris was scared. He was going to get scams.
I was like, how is it not on Amazon? Like, literally everything is on Amazon. Like, you could buy children on Amazon, basically.
That's not true. I'm reading The Everything Store right now, and it's an amazing book. It's very, very good. If you haven't read it.
Bezos, smart dude.
Yeah. So, anyways, I was the way that this kind of podcast came about is last week at this event. I was looking out in the room, and people were talking. And at one point, Chris kind of goes around the room, and he's like, "What revenue are you doing, and what's your biggest bottleneck right now?" Remember saying that?
Yeah. And
so people are answering, and there's about 14 people there, 12 or however many. And I'm looking at people who, like, literally a year ago came in homeless.
We basically found all these people at the homeless shelter.
Yeah, no, they came in, like Cheryl Ann and Dan, and there are a couple Dans there actually, and they came in making, $5,000, $7,000, $10,000 a month, and now they're like, Cheryl Ann's 2 sales away from 100K this month. Like,
insanity.
Dan's doing, I think he just did 80 last month, and different things like that. And it's just like the most amazing feeling to see these guys win. And I just wrote down on a moleskin, like, what do all these people have in common? And of all the clients we've worked with, what are the ones who actually make it and create amazing breakthroughs? What do they have in common? And so you just want me to go through this and kind of tell you the story attached to each one?
Absolutely.
All right. We'll just start with the first one. So there's this guy. His name is Dan. I can't pronounce his last name, but it starts with G. It's like Google Naughty Tana Anonymous something. It's something like that.
Trey Italian.
Dude is
He's basically an Italian gangster.
Yeah, he was a medical doctor, and he leaves his job, his career in the medical field to run a traffic agency.
Marketing agency.
Yeah, and now he's running a trafficking agency. A marketing agency. And
organs on the black market. Like, he's really taking his skill.
So he's making more money now than he was as a medical doctor, and he was kind of telling his story. And dude, that's insane because he's, to us in like our society, being a doctor is like the pinnacle. You've made it. You're making the most money. You know, you're the most esteemed, the most respected. But he noticed an opportunity, and now the revenue he's doing now dwarfs the income he ever had the chance to make as an MD. Yeah. And so I wrote down on my notebook, like, you know, a person's tolerance for the unknown is what's going to kind of set the cap on their level of success in the future. Because this dude left a life of extreme predictability, extreme consistency to get into a market and a life of entrepreneurship that's kind of up and down, you know? And everybody in the room is the same way.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, here's like another angle that's interesting about this story. I don't know if you knew this, but I had no clue that was his history. And so one of the reasons it came up is we were just talking about, you know, we talk a lot about storytelling and building marketing around your story. And so we're chatting with him, just helping him figure out some problems. And it just like randomly came up that he used to be a doctor. And I'm like, what the literal F, dude? Like, how amazing of a story is that you were a doctor and now you help other doctors and other high-level professionals build lead generation, client acquisition systems for their businesses. Like, that is such an incredible story for you to tell. And so that was something that I took away from it. It's like so many people, and he said, like, he was like, honestly, like, I was just kind of afraid to put that out there. Like, I thought people would judge me and think I was less, and which just doesn't matter, you know, at all. But everybody has a story to tell. Mm-hmm. Everybody has something unique. Everybody has a different fingerprint about themselves and about their business that can be made interesting. So to me, that story is amazing. And I think we might have briefly talked about this before, but another guy who he is kind of in the same field, he helps professionals and stuff with their lead generation. He's a bar owner. He owns a bar. And so in New York City, and that's an amazing story, like how this guy who's a bar owner helps doctors and dentists generate leads and clients with the same systems that he uses for generating customers for his bar. So just like look at yourself, look at your life, and if you ever struggle to find some commonality or be interesting to your market, you probably have a really great story to tell, and don't ever downplay it.
Yeah. And then big moral of just this story is like, look, so many people are missing on opportunities because they're worried about whether it's actually going to work the way they think it is or not. And you need to get over yourself. You need to stop being a little bitch, and you need to be okay with uncertainty. Because that's your ability to tolerate that uncertainty is what's going to kind of set the trajectory for how high you can go. Yes. Number 2, got this kid named Ryan. He's literally like, what is he, like 12?
He just literally went through puberty.
No, I think he's like 20 years old. And 21. And all of his friends, he kind of talked to us a couple months ago, and he's like, all his friends are like baristas and front desk receptionists at gyms. And look, I think that that's all good and well. I don't know what would happen to the world if we lost all our baristas, but it wouldn't be good. Traffic and funnels would shut down.
We would cease to exist. Like that could be like one of the worst things that would ever happen.
Yeah. So there's nothing wrong if you're a barista, unless your goals include like money and stuff. That would be something you need to like kind of learn how to get out of that. But this dude is going to do $30K this month, and he's the youngest guy in this mastermind. He's also the poorest member of the mastermind at $30K a month. And the dude is hungry.
He's so hungry.
He wants $100,000, and he wants it so bad, almost to where I'm concerned that he's going to do things that aren't good for himself or others to get there. But moral of the story is like, look, where were you when you were 21?
I don't know, man. I don't even know where I was.
Chris was like,
I was probably almost dead. I was almost
in
dead
downtown Charlotte. Chris was a hooker when he was 21. No, not really.
Bro, we all start somewhere.
I was a roll thrower at Lambert's Cafe in Springfield, Missouri. Dude, I thought that like $2,000 a month was amazing. Like that was my dream, was to make that. And I was just thinking like, look at the differences in this kid's environment versus like what my environment was at 21. And your environment determines what is good and what is bad to you, what is acceptable, what is unacceptable to you. And what you deem is appropriate or acceptable or good or bad determines your threshold of action. So I don't know about you, Chris, but like if we only did $200,000 in a month, we are freaking the hell out. We are going to do everything we can because we can't like survive off that anymore because our environment has created change in what we view as acceptable. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. So if everyone you're hanging around is doing $100,000 a month and you're only making 30, 50 grand, you're like, what the hell is wrong with me? Right.
I'm poor.
So it causes you to like go up to that standard. And that's why environment is so extremely important. And that's why we invest in having the right environment. Like Taylor has literally the biggest office in the building that he's in. And he's got the couch, which we've dubbed Big Filthy. It's literally the name of the couch.
I'm not going to tell you what happens on that couch.
But then we're also in masterminds. We hire coaches. We pay consultants for ourselves because we want to be around the best of the best. And here's the thing. When you want to accomplish something, it all comes down to believability. Like if you want to accomplish $100,000 in a month, first you have to believe that that's possible. And part of that belief system and building the correct belief system is being around people who have already done it, right? If you had never been around someone who's ever accomplished $100,000 in a month, that seems like a very, very, very far-fetched thing to happen. But when everybody you're around is doing $100,000 a month, it's like, oh yeah, it's like normal. Like everyday life, we do $100,000. And it's just something like there's almost an intangible thing that happens where it just drives you to that level. It's like, yeah, I'm going to do $100,000. Like I'm going to get there. So that's why we invest very heavily into being surrounded by the right people.
Is that how you got your hair game so strong? You got your environment?
Man. Like I hung around George Clooney, Brad Pitt quite a bit.
So like every morning on our calendar, because we share a calendar and everything goes in there, there's 3 hours for Chris to do his hair from 6 to 9.
This is the money right here.
The money maker. All right. Yeah. So environment. This doesn't apply just to money, by the way. When we moved to Nashville, I started going to a new gym and everybody in this gym is like a meathead. They're like ripped out of their mind. And all of a sudden I started to feel like I was the most unhealthy, undesirable. Yeah, exactly. And, dude, I don't know if you've noticed, but like,
bro, your biceps are literally massive.
I mean, I've actually become like someone that people look up to as they're like, Mom, I want to look like that. Mom and Dad, I want to look like that when I grow up. Teach me the ways. But anyways,
you're so much of a physical specimen that you had a stalker at the gym.
Oh, I'm going to tell this.
We should save that for the next episode.
We'll tell you that in the next episode. But I literally did. It was terrifying. Anyways, let's hit the next one. This is a mini. We'll wrap this up.
Yeah, we got to finish up.
The third thing is at one point, Cheryl Ann, who is a couple sales away from 100K this month, she's going to hit it.
She's a baller.
And she's talking about like all the stuff we've done. Because we're quite frankly, we're at the place now where it's like, we can take a client really quickly and add 30 grand a month to the revenue in 2 months. Take them through a process, fix some things. But then to get someone to like 100, 150, we've pioneered enough things in our industry that like it's going to take a while to teach somebody that. So Cheryl Ann, we've been working with her almost a year. And she started talking about chaos and comfort, how these two things are the opposite. And I'm pretty sure she got that from me, but I just let her have the credit
for me
because it was her moment. But here's one of the things we've noticed is like when you're in periods of extreme growth, you're also going to be in a period of extreme volatility. So growth and chaos tend to stick together. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And what we've kind of started teaching clients now is like chaos and comfort are like the two counterbalances. And if you're in a place where you're growing really quickly, there's going to be a little bit of chaos. You just got to accept that. If you're in a place where you're like too comfortable for too long, then you're compromising the optimal speed of growth in your business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think optimal speed of growth requires chaos. And I think so many people, again, it has to do with your environment. If you're just like so slow pace and you've been doing 25 grand a month for the last 3 years, you don't have enough chaos in your business, which means things are unsteady. Now, if that's just your dream and that's what you want and you're fine with it and you just drink margaritas on the beach every day and make 25 grand, that's your dream, then great. But if you want more than that, then your growth should probably be quicker, which would entail some chaos in your business. And one thing, like, it's almost like for entrepreneurs, I'd say like real true entrepreneurs feed off that. Like they almost need that chaos. And so it's finding the right balance of not going too crazy to where it negatively affects everything else in your life, to where your wife wants to divorce you and stuff like that. So, yeah, but it's really, it is healthy to have both.
Yeah. So the way we map out like our kind of growth spectrum is we'll take 3 months and we'll like kind of focus on growth. And then we'll take 3 months and we'll just kind of build stability. So I was asking somebody yesterday, we were on an upper echelon call. I was like, how much do you think we're going to grow over the next 3 months? And he was like, oh, a ton.
You're going to grow so fast, dude.
No, we're not going to grow at all. I was like, we're not going to grow at all. And he's like, whoa, what do you mean? Well, we've grown so many areas of the business so quickly on the front end level that now we need to take some time to really counterbalance that chaos with a little bit of stability, a little bit of predictability, things like that. So you should go in spurts of growth and then build systems around that. Because you can't live in a state of never-ending chaos and lack of control, you know?
Yeah.
That's all I got.
That's so good, bro. That's so good. All right. So with that being said,
recap.
Boom. Hit it. Hit that recapity cap.
No, you recap, bro. I think you should do this.
I don't know, bro. You're pretty hot today.
Your tolerance for the unknown sets the cap on your level of success.
Yeah.
It's true.
I was trying to give you some like rhythm on that.
I was going to go there, but then I felt like it was a trap and I didn't. I decided not to. Number 2, your environment determines what is acceptable or unacceptable, and that determines your actions. Number 3, chaos and comfort, the 2 counterbalances that determine your speed of growth.
Love it. Cool. All right, guys. If you're not subscribed to the podcast, hit subscribe. If you haven't left, shame on you. Your family is so disappointed in you right now.
You just take, and you never give.
Never give. Golly. Hey, also leave a review. Even if you're mad at Taylor, which I understand, leave a review and just let us know.
Here's what I want you guys to do.
We also have a free gift for you. trafficandfunnels.com/gift. And that is spelled GIFT, not GYFT.
Wait, what? Are you sure?
GIFT. I'm pretty sure that's how it's spelled. Yeah, so we have a cool little bundle for you guys on getting clients that you must have. Hey, also, if you're not in the Smartest Guys in Marketing group on Facebook, get your butt over there and get in that group. There's a lot of good stuff in there. You can just search Smartest Guys in Marketing group on Facebook.
Really love your vibe today, bro.
And also, I'm giving you guys a laundry list. No, just kidding. I don't have anything else to say.
Also, yeah, that's it.
If you love how my hair looks today, please leave a comment.
They can't see you, bro.
Well, that's their fault.
Okay. See you guys next time.
All right. Peace.
This is the podcastfactory.com.